So this is called The Legend of Bloody Finger. There was three children standing alone just after midnight on a Wednesday. Before them stood the house of their nightmares. Now every house on there's a house like this in every neighborhood. That one house that you walk a little bit farther past, that you dare your friends to go up on the porch of, or maybe dare them to go knock on the door for Halloween for some candy. It's that one house that just terrifies you, just on site that everyone has a story about. Well, this particular neighborhood had such a house, and there they stood, deciding on which of them would go first. This had been a long running dare for this family. You have James, who was 14. He was the oldest of the siblings. You had Margaret, who was 9, but fierce. And they chose to take their youngest sibling, 6 years old, Erica, along with them. Erica was perhaps the bravest of them all in many ways, so she decided to go first. Erica slowly walked up the stairs. She stood on the front porch. She glanced over her shoulder back to her brother and sister, and they gestured for her to go further. She held up her flashlight and turned it on. She opened the door with a. She enters the house and looks around. It's utter darkness except for where her flashlight shines. She hears a faint voice in the background. Bloody finger. Bloody finger. She's not entirely sure what's happening, so she decides to go further down the hall. Now, this is an old house. It creaks continuously. Wooden floors, disrepair. She hears it again. Bloody finger. A little louder now. Bloody finger. She starts walking a little slower. Her heart is moving a little faster. Bloody finger. She runs out of the house. She can't stand it. She just can't handle the sounds anymore. She throws the flashlight to Margaret and runs home. Margaret's startled. She looks around, trying to figure out what's going on. Erica's obviously at least running home, so she's probably safe. But it's the 90s, so no kid is ever truly safe, and no one cares. So Margaret gets her shit together. She eyes the house. Okay, I can do this. She goes to the front porch and walks up the stairs. She opens the door. She walks inside to the old, destroyed wooden floors, and she hears that faint sound. Bloody finger. Okay, this must be what Eric was afraid of. So she decides to move a little bit faster. Maybe if she goes faster, she'll get farther down the hall and she could say she did it. So she's going a little faster. Bloody finger. It's getting louder a little quicker. Bloody finger. Then she dead stops. Bloody finger. The whole house falls silent. Before there were some sounds of the outside world encroaching upon it, but now it's just silence. And again at the same volume. Bloody finger. She leaves. She starts running. Her heart is going insane. She feels like she's going to have a heart attack. She doesn't even know what a heart attack is, but she's pretty sure she's probably having one. She gets outside. She throws the flashlight at her brother James and runs home. She's done. James has two options. He can just lie and say he did it. That's what big brothers do. Or he can challenge himself. He thinks about it for probably longer than he should have. Not doing it all sounds like a fantastic idea, but what? But what if they asked him some detail that he could have only figured out from going into the house? And then they would know that he'd lied about it. So he sighs and he eyes that house, a house of his nightmares. Grips the flashlight a little stronger and he walks up to the front porch, up the stairs, opens the door with a and he starts walking inside. Not going too slow, not too fast, just a chill pace. He knows something is going to happen, obviously. His sisters couldn't handle it, but you know what? He's 13. He can do this. Bloody finger. Okay. There's the voice. Not too bad. Bloody finger. Oh, that voice is getting louder and a little closer. Bloody finger. He's almost to the point that Margaret was at before she freaked out. Bloody finger. All right, now he's nervous, but he's not stopping. His heart is beating a little fast, but he's holding it together. He gets down to the end of this hall and he stops and he looks around. There's 4 doors. It's odd that a hallway would split open into something like this, but whatever. It's an old house. He looks around and he hears bloody finger. It's louder and more aggressive now, and he knows what door it's coming from. As soon as he looks to the left, that's it. That's the fucking door. His heart is going a lot faster now. He's definitely in full on panic mode at this point in time, and he wants to run. But the sight of the door has got him like anchored in place. The door creaks open and slowly opens. Behind that door is a grisly sight. A ghost, a specter, if you will, covered, its hand only, in a strange, glowy, silvery substance and just kind of dripping all over the floor. The specter looks at him. It's a man probably in his 40s, dressed in everyday normal clothes, which was kind of surprising. He kind of expected to see something from like the colonial period, because that's, how a lot of ghosts suddenly seem to appear, even if they didn't die in that time frame. He makes eye contact. He says, "Pardon me. Do you have a Band-Aid?"